Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we will learn how to install or use DBT in the Docker, right? So in this DBT project, you can use to populate DBT seeds, models, snapshots, and test for testing purpose or for experimentation. So first, let me show you the repository from where you can just clone it and download the necessary files to run the DBT in the Docker. So I have created a repository called DBT in Docker. So let me open this, and even I'll just attach this link in the description so that you can download it, right? So here it's a zip file. Okay, just try to download this. I have already downloaded this particular file, so this is the same file. Okay, and here we have some few files here, right? So here we have a Docker compose file, then we have a Docker file, then we have some necessary profiles and even the readme file also, so that you can refer these steps like how to execute one by one, right? And let me open this Docker compose file. So if I just open this Docker compose, so this file consists of two servers majorly. One is a Postgres, right, and one is DBT. Okay, so here these are used to build the data models. Okay, so here we'll be using some example project, so from where we can load some sample data into Postgres database, and we'll see, like, we'll try to build some models, okay, which is already inbuilt in this. Okay, so here only you need to execute certain commands. Okay, so I'll be showing that those steps. Fine. So here in the Docker compose we have the services, right? So one is we have a Postgres and we have a DBT, and these are the container names. Okay, Postgres, and I'm using this image, and here the container name is DBT, and the image is the DBT dummy. Okay, so this DBT dummy is coming from this, let me open in the Notepad++. I think it's fine. Yeah, so here I'm getting this dbt here, right? So this is Docker file which will create an image. So here I'm running few apt get updates, then installing some necessary packages. This is the working directory of the package. Okay, so this is the important commands where I'm importing these plugins, right? So dbt postgres of this version, and yes, these are some of the commands which help me to build the dbt image over here with help of Docker file, right? So let me proceed this. Okay, so let me start my sorry, Docker, right? So I'll just type for Docker. So if you don't have Docker, it's very simple steps, right? You can just go to the Docker website, and from there you can download the Docker desktop, whether it's Mac or Windows or any other operating system. So my Docker is up and running. Okay, so let me open my command prompt here, and so if I do Docker ps, and I don't have any containers running, and if I do Docker even the images, and right now I don't have image as well, right? So the other way is directly you can just search into this UI, right? So that is provided by the Docker desktop itself. So right now I don't have any images as well as the containers. So first let me navigate to this particular folder. Okay, so let me copy this path, and let me get into this cd into this path, and if I do dir, so I'm able to file all this files here, right? The more important file is the Docker compose file here. So the first step is we need to build the service, right? So which is there in the Docker compose .ml file, right? So let me type a command here, that is Docker compose, so build, which will build the services. Let me click enter. Okay, fine. So you can see, so it almost finished all the 9 steps here. So next step is to run those services, right? So the command is docker compose up. So make sure you are in the same path wherever the Docker compose file is, right? So docker compose up. It's taking time. It should not take much time here. So it should start all the services here. Meanwhile, let me open one more command prompt. Docker ps error response. Okay, let me run this once again. Docker compose up. Yeah. So here you can see the Postgres and the DBT is starting its service, right? So once you do the Docker compose up, so it will run the services. So here basically our target is Postgres database. Okay. Okay. So it got successful. Let me open the one more command prompt here. So if you just type docker ps, so these are the two containers which is running, right? So even if you open the desktop, so here also you can expand and check what are the two different containers which is running here, right? So if I want to get into any one of his containers, right, it's very simple. So you need to let me copy this the container id here, and let me go and type here like docker exec hyphen it the container C7. Yeah, if you just add here only 3 to 4 like 5 to 6 numbers also, that's fine. Okay. Container id and slash bin and slash bash. Right now I'm inside this, right? If I do ls, so I'm able to see all its files, right? So we have analysis, dbt packages, dbt project.ml, logs, macros, models, packages.ml, profile, seed snapshots, targets, and the test, right? And so even you can just get into like this. If I do change directory into models, and if I do ls, so I have the three different models here. One is intermediate, march, new, and staging. So new is just a testing. Okay. So we can just you can just remove this. Okay, I've just created just to check whether we are able to create some of the files inside this models or not. Okay, so here you can just can right now, because I'm inside this container, right? So you can just modify everything whatever it's necessary. And the other way to get into container, right, so is with help of the Visual Studio Code. So if I get into this Visual Studio Code, and let me close this, and let me open this project, and select this. Okay, so right now I'm into this, and so if you search your extensions like yeah, dev containers, so just install this, right? So dev containers, and here you can see the green color, right? Open the remote window, just select that, and here you can select like attached to the running containers. Let me open this, and here I'm able to see the two containers, the same containers over here, right? So I can see the two containers. The name you can verify from here, right? So one is the DBT and one is a Postgres with the same, right? So for example, if I want to get into the DBT, just select the DBT and it will open uh, another web UI, okay, from where you can interact with its files and folders, right? So right now it's opening the root, you can see. Let it open. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮನೆ ಯಾರು ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಾ ಹಾ ಸರಿ ಹೌದು ಹಾ ಸರಿ 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 ಹಾ ಹಾ Yeah, so here, so if I right now I'm inside the terminal here. If I do ls, or else I can just get into the specific path here. For example, if I change directory to the user, not user, let me see in the file itself. Slash usr. Yeah, so slash usr. So if I do ls, so here also if I get into change directory to the bin, right? And if I do ls, I have many files here. So from here I need to get into the slash dbt, right? So um, to slash just change that to dbt. dbt. So this is the other way how you can just connect with your container with help of Visual Studio. So here I should be able to find. So here, not bash. I'm not able to find slash bin here. Anyways, right now in my inside this container, it's slash dbt itself, right? So slash user slash src slash dbt and slash dbt project and slash models. So it's the same path. 3c5 3c5 slash usr src slash dbt. uh, Anyways, so here you can just get into this path and write the comments here also. Okay, so this is the same path, but I'm not able to find it here because it's slash user slash src slash dbt slash usr. Okay, okay, I'm in the bin, right? Okay, sorry. So now change directory to src and change directory to the dbt. Okay, I was in wrong path, sorry. Yeah, so if I do ls here, right, so I have all these files like dbt project, right? So if I do change directory to the dbt underscore project here, right? So if I do ls once again, so I'm able to find all the files here, like analysis dbt projects and everything, and even execute the dbt commands from this also, right? So one way is to directly you can use the VS Code, right? So or else you can write the commands from here also. Let me get back to this path, okay, in the project. And here so I have the packages, right? So if I want to install all these packages, so we have a command like dbt deps, right? So which will install all the dependencies like dbt utils and everything, and you can go to the packages and check like what are the different packages we are installing. Okay, so here I can just type here dbt build profiles dir, and it's under the profile. So you can see all the models are running and I'm able to see it, right? So if I want to get into the other container, right, so let me open the command prompt. So and to get into this container, so let me copy its this path here, and yes, so if I do docker ps here, this is what the two services is. So docker ex ec hyphen t, and let me add this. We have slash bin and slash bash. Let me type psql hyphen u postgres psql. Yeah, let me open quickly cmd. SQL hyphen u Postgres. Yes, so if I do select star from customer underscore base, yeah, I'm getting some data. Fine, so let me explain. Okay, so here if I check, so if I get into any one of this models here, and like if I do ls, change directly to the models here, and if I do ls, so we have three different models like intermediate, new, sorry, march and the staging, right? So let me change directly to the staging, uh, staging here. And if I do ls, so I have the three different files. One is the staging models.ml, staging source.ml, and staging payment.sql. So if I just use the cat command, that is staging payment dot sql, and here I'm just what doing the select star, um, and the sources is the payment. Okay, so this is here you can see the what are the different models that got executed. It's just an overview of like how to use the dbt inside the docker containers. So this is what I just wanted to explain, like how we can use dbt inside these containers. And in the upcoming video, even I'll be showing like how to use the dbt airflow inside the docker containers. Okay, so even we'll be doing many projects, so I'll be uploading all these videos daily from now onwards, right? So this is just to understand like very simple a step to understand how we can use dbt inside the docker. This is what you need to know it. Okay, and yes, so of course, like we know like we'll be having the different tutorials to understand what are the different folders in it, right? What is models and what is packages, profiles and seeds and etc., right? So we'll understand this in detail in upcoming videos. Okay, I'll be keep on adding the videos with respect to all these folders. And so this video was just to understand how to use the dbt inside the docker container, and how to use that with help of the VS Studio, right? So you can get into the containers and execute whatever the dbt command is. So if I do here is also like dbt status. So from this dbt status command, so we'll be able to identify or dbt debug. Yeah, so dbt debug, okay, find out valid profiles.ml. Okay, so it's basically it's working, right? So I can execute all this files here, right? And fine. Okay, so this is all about so I hope you have understood like how to use the dbt right inside the docker container. And if you need any modifications into your containers, you can do it. Anyways, so in the next video I'll show you how to use this with the airflow also. Okay, and we'll try to build some of the interesting end-to-end projects. So this is all about dbt in docker.